NBCC Policy 1112, Student Code of Conduct. Last updated October 24th, 2018. NBCC believes that learning in an adult education setting offers holistic development of the learner. A climate of collaboration and respect of self, of others, and of established rules and regulations is the setting by which an effective environment of learning is established. NBCC students have fundamental rights pertaining to their opportunity to learn. NBCC recognizes these rights as well as the responsibility of the student to conduct himself or herself in an appropriate manner. This policy applies to a student's conduct from their admission to a course or program until the student has graduated or completed their course. The policy applies to conduct during all activities relating to the operations of NBCC, whether they occur on or off NBCC premises. Additionally, students are responsible for any guests that they bring to campus. This would include any NBCC-sanctioned events on or off campus. As for definitions in this policy, technology resources includes but is not limited to computing devices, communication devices, hardware, software, applications, storage, and other network infrastructure authorized for use by college employees. Social media includes websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking, including but not limited to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and other group forums. The provisions of the Student Code of Conduct shall not impinge upon students' lawful freedom of expression. However, student conduct is subject to all local, municipal, provincial, and federal laws in addition to NBCC policies. Program-specific professional organizations and associations may have their own code of ethics with which students shall comply. To the extent that they do not conflict with this policy, any violations shall be handled in accordance with the Code of Ethics of such professional organization or association. The Student Code of Conduct applies to all events and activities related to NBCC, including all events, activities, and conduct occurring on or off campus, NBCC-sanctioned events, student-organized events, and activities of clubs or teams which are under the direct or indirect supervision of NBCC. It is the student's responsibility to conduct themselves in a conscientious manner with honesty and integrity at all times, operate in a climate of collaboration and respect of self, of others, and of established rules and regulations, attend their program and program activities regularly and on time, complete assignments, labs, projects, and other learning activities on time, ensure that their conduct contributes to a productive learning environment, assume responsibility for the maintenance of NBCC equipment assigned to their care, use technology resources at NBCC campuses in a responsible, ethical, and legal manner. Where the student is enrolled in a safety-sensitive program or safety-sensitive activity, to disclose to an NBCC learning strategist the consumption of any prescribed medications which the student understands to have the potential to cause impairment. Examples of safety-sensitive programs and safety-sensitive activities are set out in the document Safety-Sensitive Programs and Activities. Where the student is enrolled in a safety-sensitive program or safety-sensitive activity, to disclose to an NBCC learning strategist any medical conditions which the student understands to have the potential to cause impairment. Examples of safety-sensitive programs and safety-sensitive activities are set out in the document Safety-Sensitive Programs and Activities. It is the student's responsibility to be aware of the criteria for successful completion of each course in which they are enrolled, as stated in the course outline. Communicate with their instructors and/or faculty advisors regarding needs, concerns, or issues that may impact their successful learning. Adhere to various dress codes and requirements as set forth by their respective programs and approved by NBCC. Proper dress attire which meets safety, industry, and professional standards while on work term, practicum, job exposure, or field placements is required. Observe and adhere to all safety policies. This includes the use of safety equipment, materials, and clothing as mandated by industry standards and occupational health and safety policies. Students' obligations. Students are not permitted to demonstrate behavior that threatens to subject any person, student, or staff to physical, sexual, mental, or verbal harassment. All NBCC employees and students are entitled to work and learn in a respectful and harassment-free environment. NBCC will not tolerate any form of disruptive and disrespectful conduct, including disrespectful conduct or harassment that is sexual in nature or based upon race, ethnic origin, age, sex, marital status, disability, sexual orientation, or any other form of discrimination prohibited by the Human Rights Act. Coerce other students in support of any personal, political, religious, or social agenda, or to use one program or class as a forum to complain about another program or class or member of the instructional staff. Use or possess any weapons, firearms, explosives, including fireworks, and dangerous or hazardous substances, with the exception of authorized training exercises, at any NBCC-related event, whether occurring on NBCC property or not. Use or possess illegal drugs, misuse prescribed drugs, or be under the influence of illegal drugs while on NBCC property or attending NBCC-related events, whether occurring on NBCC property or not. Intentionally damage, destroy, or move without authority or permit to be damaged, destroyed, or moved without authority the property of NBCC or of any student or staff member. Students are not permitted to engage in improper student conduct such as cheating, plagiarism, fraud, deceit, or other forms of academic dishonesty. Forge, alter, or misuse NBCC's name or the name of any NBCC employee on documents, records, correspondence, or identification. Use, with the exception of authorized training exercises, or possess alcoholic beverages on NBCC property, with the exception of sanctioned college social activities, or being on campus while intoxicated. Disturb, disrupt, or otherwise interfere with learning activities of other students or staff. This includes the disruptive use of all handheld or portable communication or telecommunication devices. Students are not permitted to use, enter, or remain on NBCC property without authorization or attempt to block access to or from an NBCC facility or disrupt the scheduled use of any NBCC facility. Fail to obey the authorized instructions of NBCC officials or employees performing their duties, or fail to obey all published or posted regulations relating to the use and entry of NBCC buildings and facilities. Fail to follow policy as required by NBCC policies and regulations. Engage in any form of unauthorized gambling or gaming while on campus. Student rights. Students may expect to learn in a healthy and safe environment. Students may gather in a peaceful and harmonious fashion. Students may expect the NBCC environment to be free from harassment, indignity, injury, or violence. Students have the right to expect quality services and resources that support instruction and student life. Students will be informed of NBCC rules, policies, guidelines, and course program-specific materials regarding study and general conditions at NBCC. Students will receive within the first 2 classes of a course outline that advises the students of assessment criteria, course objectives, evaluation methods, methodology, and availability of instructors, including the rescheduling or replacement of classes, information from the instructor on class participation and punctuality, marking scheme, estimated waiting period for obtaining academic results, and any time-related penalties for late assignments. Students will be informed in a timely manner of any change in a course delivery schedule. Students may, within a prescribed time period and with reasonable cause, change a course in their registration or transfer to a different section of a course, if available, after classes have begun. Students should expect to receive proper and impartial evaluation of their performance. Students may review their completed assignments, once marked, unless the instructor has previously informed the students otherwise. Students have the right to obtain their marks and NBCC certification within a reasonable time frame. Students are provided with a forum to provide feedback on NBCC's programs and services. The confidentiality of all information regarding students will be respected. Within the generally accepted rules of ethics, employees and staff members may access student records in performing their professional duties. Confidential student information, meaning private and sensitive information related to issues such as student health, finances, or academic performance, will be maintained in confidence. The student must consent in writing to their disclosure. Students have a right to freedom of opinion and expression in the classroom within the context of the course content. Addressing breaches of the Student Code of Conduct. Instructors have the right to remove a student from a training activity when they assess that the health and safety of the student or others may be in jeopardy. In the event an NBCC staff member assesses that a student may be impaired, the student will be referred by the Program to Assist Student Success (PASS) process to begin the assessment process. Where a breach of the Student Code of Conduct has been found, the Manager of Student Development or designate will be consulted, and the Student Assessment Policy, Policy 1115, will be followed. For more information about NBCC's policies, visit nbcc.ca, Current Students, Policies, or speak to your department head.